Hello, I didn't see you there. Welcome to Life on the Nanoscale. Today we're going to be talking about stem cell bioengineering. You can use materials to direct some cells to help treat diseases, wounds, and even initiate growth. Now, if you don't know anything about stem cells or bioengineering, don't worry. We'll teach you in the next 10 minutes so you can be a pro. What is a stem cell? Today we're going to be following the life of a stem cell as he grows up and interacts with his environment. And who better to tell us all about the life as a stem cell than a stem cell himself? Please welcome Stevie!
Thanks for having me. I'm a mesenchymal stem cell born in the bone marrow. It's time to see what I become using advanced materials.
Cool. We're really happy to have you here, Stevie. Now for our viewers who might not know, could you tell them what is a stem cell?
A stem cell is a non-differentiated multipotent cell, which means that it can be influenced to differentiate into many different kinds of functionalized cells.
Wow!
I was hoping you could help me figure out what I wanted to become.
We can definitely do that. In fact, your counseling department already has a list of factors that can help influence what you become. Let's go check it out.
Hi Stevie, I hear you want to learn more about your post-graduation options. As you know, you can become a bone cell, a fat cell, cartilage, and more. But most students don't realize that the direction they go in is mostly based on their environment.
Well, I don't want to be a fat cell, but tell me more.
As your guidance counselor, I can also supply you with materials that can be selected to guide the stem cell to differentiate in certain ways.
Isn't my development just based on chemistry? How do materials play a role?
Materials impact your environment in all types of ways. They influence nanotopography, degradability, adhesiveness, and molecular flexibility, and can affect how chemicals interact with you. For example, if you were placed in polymeric medium, we would make strict considerations in deciding the medium based on viscoelasticity, mechanical properties, ability to control cell adhesion, and solubility, which essentially combines all the macro and nano properties of the medium. To learn more, we'll jump to my friend Nikhil on the macro scale, while he'll talk to someone with a ton of experience with stem cells.
Thanks, Claire. I'm joined today with Michael Nelson, a PhD candidate in Dr. Roy's lab. And I was wondering if you could tell us a little bit about your work and what you use materials with for bioengineering stem cells.
Yeah, so in my PhD, what I've done is I've created a bone marrow on a chip model. And so what I'm using is I'm using MSEs and differentiating them both into osteoblasts to create an endosteal surface and suspended in a fibrin gel to act as stromal cells as they do in the bone marrow to help support that bone marrow microenvironment that I'm making.
Awesome. Can you tell me a little bit more about what actual materials, like the fiber you're using, and how that's impacting the development of the stem cells?
Yeah, so we use fibrin, and we have to be very careful with the concentration of the fibrin that we're using. For one reason is that at low concentrations, the MSCs will actually deform the gel, and so we need something to be that's relatively stable structurally. As well, the MSCs will start to behave differently when the gel is at a higher concentration. So there's a sweet spot where the MSCs are able to grow and create their own environment, but they are not collapsing that gel itself.
Cool. So it sounds like the fibrin elasticity kind of determines whether or not the stem cells are going to be able to deform it, or whether or not they can contain and grow into whatever you would like them to become.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the physical properties of the fibrin are just a very important characteristic.
Cool. Do you know of any other biomaterials that are used in industry or that you yourself have used in the past?
So there are a lot of biomaterials that people are using to culture MSCs. There's a lot of synthetic biomaterials, things like egg-based hydrogels that people can use, and they can modify them in very specific and controlled manners. And then there's a number of natural materials that people use, collagen, fibrin, like I said. A lot of people use hyaluronic acid. There's a lot of different materials that we can use that are found in the body as well to recreate that environment in the lab.
Awesome. And do you know of any developments going on within the industry, or how the industry is trending for what forms of environments or what forms of technologies you guys are using as bioengineering stem cells advances?
So it really depends on what the application is.
Okay.
Depending on what you're wanting to do, if you're trying to do a tissue engineering application, you're trying to give the cells a signal that will promote the tissue that you're trying to recreate. So if you're making bone, you want something that's very hard, that's going to provide the signals to MSCs, that's going to remake that bone. But there's a lot of other applications where people are using MSCs for more of their immunomodulatory properties. And so in that case, you're looking not to recreate a specific tissue, but you're looking to provide an environment that will keep the MSCs either in a local environment in the patient or to help the MSCs just survive that implant process.
Okay, and with that, I think we have a good understanding of not only how important stem cells are, but how important the biomaterials behind them are into forming them into the stem cells that they will become. And with that, I would like to thank you, Michael.
Thank you.
And we appreciate it here.
That was cool. Thanks so much. Can you tell me more about how my environment shapes who I become?
Sure, Stevie. Viscoelasticity and mechanical properties will determine how much force is exerted on you and can pressure you into a specific direction.
Makes a ton of sense. Basically, the mechanical properties of materials are used to resemble the environment I would naturally grow in.
Exactly. We can choose different materials like collagen, amides, or even advanced materials like nanotubes.
Do you know of any specific materials that are used? I really want to know what I'm getting into.
Well, Stevie, there are many different materials that could be used to help guide the path for your differentiation. One possibility is titanium dioxide nanotubes, which can influence you into becoming a contractile smooth muscle cell. Nanotubes are tubes that have their diameters in the nanoscale range. Titanium dioxide is non-toxic, which makes it great for biomedical applications. The nanotubes create a high surface area, which allow them to be more effective when used in applications. The high surface area and unique nanogeometry allow for greater control of the chemical and physical properties of the titanium dioxide. The tubes are made through an electrochemical oxidation process applied to titanium substrates. If you were to take this path, you would be able to create an environment for the growth of endothelial cells that are autologous for your host. That way, you could help improve clinical success of procedures like vascular implants that require endothelialization to reduce blood clot formation and inflammation that may result in the implant's rejection. Another possibility would be to hang around iron oxide nanoparticles conjugated with fibroblast growth factor 2. The nanoparticles can promote your growth and lineage to either neuronal, bone, or fat tissue depending on the media you're in. You would be able to more quickly become one of these types of cells and help alleviate many diseases depending on your differentiation. You could act as a therapeutic for heart, liver, bone, and cartilage damage. You could even ameliorate neurodegenerative disorders like multiple sclerosis, Parkinson's, and Alzheimer's as a neuronal cell. These nanoparticles are even labeled with a fluorescent marker that can be seen with MRI imaging, so you could be tracked everywhere that you go.
Well, I finally just got my freedom now that I'm in college, so I don't think I want to go back to having every one of my moves tracked for the rest of my life, although being a bone cell does sound pretty cool.
Understandable, Stevie. Well, we can look at another option for you to become a bone cell then.
Random nanodisplaced topography has been found to promote osteospecific differentiation of MSCs. This nanotopography on materials is designed to be biomimetic, meaning it mimics the environment found in a natural biological environment to produce the same result. By putting MSCs in a similar environment to that which they are in when they differentiate into bone cells, they can be influenced to develop in the same way using nanomaterials. Electron beam lithography is used to create nanodisorder on biocompatible surfaces such as PMMA by creating random arrays of nanopits. If you were placed and cultured on one of these surfaces, you would become a bone cell.
Wow, that sounds like something I'd actually want to do. Thanks for all your help.
No problem. I'm glad I got to help you look at some of your options as an MSc.
It turns out that the materials that Stevie received from the guidance counselor were incredibly influential for his future. There he is, walking after receiving his DB, differentiation to bone degree. Stevie has accepted a job working to help regenerate bone, just a few limbs from where he originated in the body. By ensuring that Stevie returns to the same human he came from, he won't be attacked by the immune cells and will have a smaller chance of rejection once he starts working. He will be leaving straight from graduation to his new job as an osteoblast.
Thanks. I'm gonna go start my new job as an osteoblast.